Hey all, so viewer asked me to give my thoughts on the Ruger RXM. Let's get into it. Now if you like this content, like, sub, shares, all that good stuff, I really appreciate it. Also down below, coupon codes and merch that help support the channel. Now I want to say I'm still getting over what I'm getting over. I'm pretty much over it, but my eyes are a little dry. My throat's still a little gunky, but we're going to push forward. So the Ruger RXM, if I had to describe it in one phrase, it would be eh. Actually, it does seem like it's a really good, well, Glock 19 clone, and that's kind of what it is, and kind of why I'm it. It's just that. It's basically Ruger and Magpul came together, and apparently, from what I understand, some of the patents for like the Gen 3 Glock 19 have expired, so that's why you see a lot of companies kind of basically blatantly copying it, and Ruger and Magpul decided to jump in. And I think if you're comparing it to a Glock 19, or at least a Gen 3 Glock 19, I think it's a better gun. I think the price is good. Looks like they put decent sights on it. It's got an optics cut, flared mag. Well, trigger is supposedly better than Glock from what I understand, which isn't hard because I'm not a big fan of Glock triggers. But overall, it just really does seem like it's got a lot of nice features. They don't seem to be they seem to be priced cheaper than the Glocks, so that'll be a good thing for, someone not looking to spend that kind of money and still get, a really good gun. Because everything on it really seems to be like, like they took their time and built a nice Glock 19. I think Ruger will probably end up selling a ton of them. The one big claim to fame on it is that the chassis is, well, modular, that basically, you should be able to take out the guts of the frame and then put them into a new frame. And I like that. That's a new thing that's kind of happening. And I like that, companies are doing that. But at the end of the day, kind of like when I had my FN High Power, the new one, and I couldn't find a holster for it, you're kind of at the mercy of the aftermarket community and Magpul and everybody making new chassis for it. Because if nobody picks it up and makes new chassis for it, it doesn't matter that you can swap it because there won't be anything to swap it to. So it's one of those things where I'll be excited to see, at least on the sidelines, because I probably won't buy one. Does anybody make chassis for it? So if they do, that'll be interesting because it'd be cool to see, basically like maybe be able to swap it between a 19 and a 17, or maybe even, like a smaller frame, stuff like that. It'll be interesting to see. But so yeah, in general, there's really not a whole lot to say about it. I guess if I was in the market for a Glock 19, I would probably consider, if I wanted to save a few bucks and get some nice features, I'd probably consider the RXM. It's neat seeing Magpul be on there because, again, the odds of getting some aftermarket support for it are better because it's Magpul rather than, just Ruger. And, maybe Ruger doesn't make the frames, but Magpul loves making plastic stuff, so they'll probably make some frames for it. And in short, what I wonder if this will do is this will basically show us what the Gen 6 Glocks are going to be. Because if Glock is smart, I'd really think that, one, they're going to have the Gen 6 Glocks be modular. One of the reasons why they weren't accepted for the new sidearm for the U.S. military was because their submission wasn't modular. So maybe they finally learned their lesson and they're going to make modular frames, because I bet if, I kind of talked about how, I'd be curious to see if this RXM gets new frames. I bet you if Glock makes a Gen 6 Glock 19 with modular frames, damn well the industry is going to come in full force, and everybody and their brother's mother's uncle is going to make frames for that. So it'll be interesting to see if the Gen 6 Glock finally goes modular because of things like the RXM. But that's kind of my quick thoughts. I think it's neat. It's not really for me. I think they'll probably end up selling a bunch. I think it's an oversaturated market. I think if you want a Glock 19 or something that looks like a Glock 19 in the shape of a Glock 19 that takes Glock 19 mags, there's a lot of options out there. Now there's one more. So that's my thoughts. I think it's neat. It isn't necessarily for me, but it's nice to see more basically competition in the market, driving innovation. But put down below, what do you think of it? You're going to get one? Do you think it's better than, a standard Glock 19? If so, why? Let me know down below, and have a good day.